You know, it's crazy. So early in the day, I recorded a Raw review on my channel. And I said in the Raw review that Raw was so bad it did not get me or anyone I felt like, excited or hyped up or hell even wanted to buy a ticket to SummerSlam. And in the review, I also said that watch SmackDown Live, put an effort, try, and in some way get myself and get other fans out there excited, hyped up for SummerSlam. Hell, even maybe, just maybe, want to buy a ticket to SummerSlam. Because there's those people out there that are thinking about it, that are having second thoughts, what have you, right? And here I am now after watching SmackDown Live with egg on my head. Cause let's be real about it. Let's keep it 100. SmackDown Live tonight was lackluster. A very, very lackluster show. And what makes things even crazy, it's not just any show. It's the go-home show to SummerSlam, which is arguably WWE's second biggest show of the year. I know I keep on saying that in every single review, but I'm just making the point. It's WWE's second biggest show of the year, SummerSlam. They're supposed to get fans excited tonight, hyped up, want to buy a ticket. And honestly, I can sit here right now and tell you guys I have no problem watching SummerSlam this Sunday in the comfort of my home. I am happy to know that I am not going to be double traveling to Brooklyn this weekend. I'm going to Brooklyn only once and coming back home. I am leaving Jersey Saturday in the afternoon around 12 p.m. Head over to New York, go to the Bruce Prichard show at Conrad Thompson in Manhattan, and then from there, meet up with Walter and catch a subway all the way to Brooklyn for TakeOver Brooklyn 4. And then come back home, get some rest. Probably Sunday early in the morning, what have you, early afternoon, edit the vlog, maybe do an NXT review for TakeOver Brooklyn 4, and then watch SummerSlam. Hell, a part of me believes that this Sunday for SummerSlam, I'll do a live review. I'll take some live calls to hear your Mother Flowers opinions on that show. And again, I'm going to have no issue watching SummerSlam from the comfort of my own home. Because again, tonight, SmackDown Live delivered a lackluster go-home show. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the Daniel Bryan and Miz 3-part story. I enjoyed it. I somewhat digged the ending of SmackDown Live, even though the ending was random. But everything on the show I just felt like was just, fuck it. Let's just put something on TV just to get us to SummerSlam. Again, fans aren't going to give a shit. They're going to watch it anyway. But that's my honest opinion. Mother Flowers, I want it from you. In the comments below, give me your thoughts on SmackDown Live tonight for August the 14th, 2018. If you liked the show, which would be a miracle if you did. If you hated the show, or what have you, or are you actually looking forward to SummerSlam? Are you even going to SummerSlam? Let me fucking know in the comment thread of this video. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven, where I tweet throughout all these shows as well. SmackDown Live, Raw, NXT, Impact, and stuff like that. So the show kicked off with Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Carmella. They're all in the ring. They all talk about who would win the SmackDown Women's Championship at Sunday at SummerSlam. Carmella tried to get the two of them. Again, she tried to get both Charlotte and Becky to turn on each other, be the instigator, what have you. There were moments where Becky said that, hey, there were moments where she would not sleep because she was just focused on what the hell she's going to do to Carmella at SummerSlam. But then they added Charlotte to the mix, and now she has to focus on beating Carmella and Charlotte. Charlotte wanted to say that, the reason why Carmella has no respect because, hey, she's not respected by the locker room. How she had to rely on bringing back James Ellsworth to beat Asuka and stuff like that. And how Carmella is just a diva in a woman's era. And how Carmella's proud to be a diva. She's proud of it, which I thought was okay. But other than that, I don't care at all. I don't care for Carmella versus Becky versus Charlotte. The fact that you added, which is arguably the female Roman Reigns and Charlotte Flair to this match, is like, whatever. Part of me hopes that when it's all said and done at SummerSlam, that Becky Lynch gets to win. I really do hope that. All this led to Paige to come out to tell that Carmella could be at the commentary table tonight, while Becky and Charlotte will do what they do best. Compete. And I thought it would be a one-on-one match, but no, it's a tag team match. And I thought they're going to bring out the Iconics, because why the fuck not, right? And they ended up bringing out Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville. The match was okay for what it was. The whole story here was Becky got the win for her team, and she didn't want to tag in, whatever. So that's how it went down. Literally, that's what happened. Lynch literally hit Mandy Rose with this armor, while Carmella was on commentary, trolling fucking Byron Saxton. The Bludgeon Brothers beat 3 jobbers. Who gives a fuck? They're called the Triple Threats. No one gave a shit. My only thing is this, right? And I know Connor, aka OK Fapes, in his review, and I kind of agree with him too. Why are the current champions of SmackDown, the current champions right now, going into a go-home show? Why are they facing meaningless, nothing jobbers? Is beyond fucking me. Normally, when you do these kind of matches where you're facing an enhancement talent to showcase your abilities in the ring, it's normally when you're just debuting, what have you, and they're trying to build you up. But the fact is that the Bludgeon Brothers are the current champions. They're going into SummerSlam facing the New Day. And again, the match I honestly don't care for. I really don't care for it, because I've seen it so many times already. You know what I mean? And you give them just 3 job guys that no one gives a fuck about on the go-home show. Like, why? Again, it's just so stupid to me. I mean, you could have told me you could not have done the club, fucking Anderson and Gallows. Maybe want to get one more crack at the champs and maybe lose, but fuck, I'd rather do that than give them 3 random bums on the fucking, that were in town and shit. That's my honest opinion, though. Speaking of which, they chronicled the 3-part series of Daniel Bryan and The Miz, which I thought, again, was great. Part 1 was literally their time in NXT, how Bryan was the rookie, Miz was the pro, how Bryan literally in NXT lost everything, every single match, every obstacle challenge. It reminded you really how NXT started, right? And you think about the guys that were in that first season, like Wade Barrett, David Otunga, Michael Tarver, remember him? Justin Gabriel. To think now that the only people that are left is Bryan and Heath Slater from that first ever season, right? Everyone is gone, and it's kind of crazy to think how time fucking flew by. I know I'm missing probably a few people and shit, but you kind of get the idea. It talked about how, again, Bryan didn't win any matches, how he was a disappointment, how he got eliminated from NXT, how Bryan's first win on WWE was against The Miz. Part 2 pretty much focused on, again, they played each part during a different part of the show, right? So part 2, it talked about talking smack and how Bryan had to retire from entering competition, became the general manager, and how, again, they talked about that segment on Talking Smack where Miz went off on Bryan and cut that promo that, again, people were talking about how great it was, right? And how Bryan wanted to literally punch the Miz, but he couldn't do it. And part 3 talked about the comeback of Bryan and stuff like that. Again, I enjoyed it. I really, really did. My only critique that I have on this, and again, this is minor, I get that, but it's my honest opinion. Take it for what it's worth. If they would have done this a couple weeks ago, where you drop 1 part each week, not rush all 3 parts on the go-home show. Because you think about it right now, Bryan and Miz, for a match that hasn't had that much of a build to SummerSlam, it's 8 years in the making. Holy shit. The shit started in 2010. It's 2018. And it's a match, I'll be real about it, I am looking forward to watching at SummerSlam. A match that I can honestly say right now I give a shit for. And a part of me, again, wishes I could be there at the Barclays Center to watch this live, but at the same time, 1 match ain't gonna do it for me. 1 match is not gonna convince me to buy a ticket. It's not happening. So again, I have no problem watching Bryan and Miz in the comfort of my home. And I know it's gonna be a good match. Those 2 guys are gonna tear it up. I'm calling it right now. Probably the match of the night, in my honest opinion. From there, we get the New Day versus Sanity. And it's funny, it's a 6-person tag, right? Killian Dane comes out wearing a singlet now. I don't know who decided to approve that, but they need to get fired. Killian Dane now looks like a bum. He looks like a random, just job guy. You know what it is? He looks like someone that now wrestles on the indies with that random singlet on. He looks like Earthquake on a smaller scale, if you will. And the match, for what it was, listen, it wasn't a bad match. It really wasn't. My only thing is, again, Sanity's been a bust. I get it. Yeah, the New Day had to win because they were going into the championship match at SummerSlam. But you think about it, right? Authors of Pain, Sanity have all been like major disappointments on the main roster right now. It's sad. It's so disappointing to think, yo, you come from NXT, you're tearing it up, you're having good matches, right? Think about this, right? And I know AOP's on Raw, but fuck, you think about it, right? AOP and Sanity, they were part of that takeover match, the War Games, right? They were part of that War Games match, right? They were expected to have big things happen to them on the main roster. But instead, it's like they're both teams and shit. They're just there. Just part of the show. With no feeling, no emotion. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? It's very disappointing to see how the main roster treats these NXT guys. That's my honest opinion. But yeah, the match, for what it was okay. Don't get me wrong. There's a moment where obviously Big E lifts up Killian Dane and they hit the midnight hour for the 1-2-3. From there, we get Andrade Cien versus Aiden English. Apparently, before this, Aiden started singing a song. It was all said and done, though. Listen, this match was a fast match. Andrade got the win after hitting the hammerlock DDT on English. Zelina Vega said that they'll cancel Rusev Day, and then Lana brings down her husband. And they talk about how literally Andrade and Zelina, how they feel about the Powerball, but it's all gonna run out because literally Lana's the best. Lana's number one, and they're gonna crush Andrade and Zelina Vega. Listen, I said this during the Raw review, and I'm gonna say it again. It's a shame that someone like Andrade Cien, who had, in my opinion, the match of the year thus far in WWE. With Johnny Gargano, is being relegated to the kickoff show. Oh, but Steve, he's part of the SummerSlam event. Yeah, but you know what, though? He's in the kickoff show. Guess where he was at during Extreme Rules? Also in the kickoff show. So this fucker, once again, is being relegated to the kickoff show. Not once, but twice in a row. It's a shame. It's a total disappointment. But yet, fucktard like Finn Balor, who hasn't done jack shit, is getting on the fucking main card with Baron Corbin. It's beyond fucking me right now. It's so ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous. But it is what it is. The way they're building this up, the whole time that Andrade and Zelina got momentum, a part of me says that Andrade and Lana they're finally gonna get their win, so let it be. I'll explain that more in my predictions coming up in a couple of days for SummerSlam as well. From there, we get Jeff Hardy versus Shelton Benjamin, right? For whatever reason whatsoever, apparently. The match was just there. I'm not going to go like, oh my god, this match was fucking insane, right? But Hardy hit a twist of fate on Benjamin for the pinfall. After that, Nakamura tried to attack Hardy. And after the match, he reversed the Kinshasa for a twist of fate. Then a Swanton bomb. Right? So while all this was happening, Randy Orton was literally, and I shit you not on this, he was literally creeping behind the curtain. And there's a lot of memes right now being made on the internet, which is so fucking funny. It really, really is. But that was that. Apparently as well, we got the last segment of the show. We had a face-off, if you will, between Styles and Samoa Joe. Early in the day, Paige tried to confront both Styles and Joe about all this. Joe wore a suit. Styles talked about his family, how his wife told him not to worry about anything, he needs to be strong, and how he's WWE champion, but at the same time, he's a father, he's a husband, and all that. And he's happy to go home every single time and hug his family, hug his kids, and he'll admit that Samoa Joe got to his head last week, and how he wanted to rip his head off. But at SummerSlam, you know, how being WWE champion is a big responsibility. Not anyone can be it. And how at SummerSlam he's going to be Samoa Joe. Joe comes out to get wearing a suit. And he talks about how, you know, AJ Styles, you know, he's telling all this, but what's real about it is not really true. He reads a letter, how apparently this person that wrote the letter saying that everything that Joe said was nothing but true. How Styles doesn't care about his kids, his wife, his family. How he would much rather be WWE champion than be a father, a husband, and all that. And apparently the letter was written by Wendy Styles, which, by the way, is the wife of AJ Styles. I feel like, again, listen, I said this a couple weeks ago when the match was announced. I have zero faith in creative. And I'm not saying that right now. I'm saying that I look forward to the match, don't get me wrong. I know they're going to go out there, they're going to tear it up at SummerSlam. I just don't feel like we're looking at a WWE Championship match. I feel like it's just a match between these two guys. And again, I know Connor said in his review that being kayfabe early in the day, but I'm gonna say it too. I feel like they're gonna have it's just a match, but the WWE title is put literally on the back burner right now. And the story is something that we would have seen in TNA years ago, and that's not a bad thing. I feel like they're missing an opportunity to bring back this Claire Lynch stuff. And again, can you imagine what would have happened if Samoa Joe said that the letter was written by Claire Lynch? The pop it would have gotten. You know what I mean? But other than that, I mean, it should be a fun match. All right? I'm not saying the match is going to be bad or anything like that. But I just feel like the WWE title itself is on the back burner. It doesn't feel like a championship match. You know? But that's my honest opinion about that overall. I thought, again, SmackDown Live really was a lackluster show. Don't get me wrong, I've seen worse SmackDowns over the years. I have. But this is a go-home show to SummerSlam. You're supposed to get fans excited. That's the objective of a go-home show. To get people excited. To get people like, you know, hey, you know what? I look forward to the pay-per-view coming up this weekend. Or if the pay-per-view's in my area, fuck, I don't want to go. I actually want to go buy a ticket, but I don't. And I said this before, I'll say it again. I have no problem watching SummerSlam in the comfort of my own home. I have no problem sitting here watching the pay-per-view. I have no problem. I have no issue. I'm actually happy that I'm not going to be double traveling that weekend like I've done in previous years, if you will. I didn't do that last year. Like last year, me and Walter rented an apartment literally outside of the Barclays Center. Literally next door to the Barclays. Literally next door to Barclays Center, me and Walter rented out an apartment where we stayed for SummerSlam weekend. So that was cool. This year we're not doing that. We're just doing TakeOver and that's it. But that's pretty much wrap up the review. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment thread. Your thoughts on SmackDown Live. If you enjoyed the show, if you did not enjoy the show, are you looking forward to SummerSlam or not? Let me fucking know. I'll be back tomorrow for my NXT review. And let's see NXT's go-home show, TakeOver Brooklyn 4. I'm pretty sure it'll be a very, very good show. Why the fuck not? We already know that TakeOver blowing SummerSlam out of the water. Let's be real about it, okay? But I look forward to seeing that as well. Give me your thoughts again. Give me your thoughts down below in the comments of this video. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Make sure you like all my videos. And as always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time on The Flowers, it's me, it's Steve, and I am out like Janice titties, y'all. Peace out, mother flowers. And yeah. SummerSlam, Summerfest, Summer Jam, or in the words of JD from NY206, Summer Scam, you goons. Peace out, mother flowers.